Last year, the Vadian Bank celebrated its 200th birthday with the best results in its history, a gross profit of around 3 million francs. When St Gallen's only other private bank, Wegelin, was sold off, Vadian's staff were shocked. But ultimately, their bank benefited from Wegelin's downfall.
People used to call us the little Wegelin, and now it no longer exists. You can imagine how it goes. The first thing that comes into your head when you're not happy with the new situation is, now I'm going to Vadian.
How many new clients do you have since the sale of Wegelin?
It's rather sporadic. A private banking client doesn't decide his or her next move from one moment to the next.
His bank doesn't accept any old client. Applicants have to prove a connection with the German-speaking part of Switzerland. The bank was once known as a savings institution, and it wants to keep its reputation. It's open for all clients, no matter how much money they have. And there's something else that distinguishes Vadian from other banks.
The big difference is that, because it's owned by a citizens' association, the bank works like a foundation. It's liable for any losses. Our liability guarantees are very good if you consider the size of the bank. As there's a foundation behind the bank, I don't have anyone putting pressure on me to generate a specific amount of profit from our assets or to bring in new clients.
Martin Brown is a professor at the Swiss Institute of Banking and Finance at St Gallen University. He says the Vadian Bank is on the right track.
Over the past few years, the bank has made its mark by putting a lot of effort into boosting customer services, training its personnel to provide better advice. That's really what we expect Swiss private banks to do in the future in order to maintain their clients.
As the bank belongs to the Citizens Association, all dividends are paid to the community. This money will be used to restore a historic building forming part of the local hospital, for example. 630,000 francs has been paid to the president of the Citizens Association for this work.
The money can be used for sick people, the elderly, or for culture. For instance, we have an historic library, the Vadianic collection, and also properties owned by the city of St Gallen, civic buildings which we maintain.
The US rating agency Moody's has warned that the case against Wegelin will have a bad effect on Swiss private banks in general. But Martin Brown thinks Vadian won't be affected.
It's probably among the private banks that are least at risk. The question for Swiss private banks is how can they sustain their position now that Switzerland as a financial centre has a tax compliance strategy.
Vadian Bank has clients from the US and other foreign lands. But these customers have to prove that the tax authorities in their homeland know about their accounts.
We have a clear tax compliance strategy, not just for US business, but generally for all foreign clients, and we avoid anything that could support tax evasion.
Many banks have wanted to take over Vadian, but this traditional bank is jealously guarding its independence. It would like to celebrate many more birthdays.